English practice today from podcast SBS News, morning news of 30th of May 2024. In this bulletin, millions of South Africans head to the polls to vote in the country's general election. Predictions Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza could continue all year, and in AFL, Blue Coast Michael Voss said Eurasia Fantasia's impact at Carlton is being undersold ahead of an upcoming game. Here's the content. First off, overseas. Millions of South Africans are heading to the polls to vote in our country's general elections. The African National Congress, which has ruled since the end of apartheid, is at risk of losing its majority for the first time, as many voters at the ballots point towards a shake-up. Polls have consistently shown the ANC winning less than 50% and current President Cyril Ramaphosa needing to find coalition partners. His party's popularity has been in decline amid rising employment, corruption scandals, and rolling power cuts. But President Ramaphosa was confident as he cast his ballot, saying he has no doubt the ANC will continue to lead. This is the day when South Africa decides on the future of our country, who should lead the government of South Africa, and I have no doubt whatsoever in my heart of hearts that the people will once again invest confidence in the African National Congress to continue to lead this country. Israel has sent tanks en route into Rafah and predicted its war with Hamas in Gaza would continue all year. The comments come after Washington said the Rafah assault did not amount to a major ground operation that would trigger change in the United States policy. Israeli tanks moved into the heart of Rafah for the first time on Tuesday, despite an order from the International Court of Justice to end its attacks on the city, where many Palestinians had taken refuge from bombardment elsewhere. The ICJ says Israel had not explained how it would keep evacuees from Rafah safe and provide food, water, and medicine. Its ruling also called on Hamas to release hostages taken from Israel on October the 7th immediately and unconditionally. Immigration Minister Andrew Giles has again come after fire after it was revealed 2 people convicted of murder who were released after the NZYQ High Court case are not being electronically monitored. Ankle-bracelet provisions have also been removed for 24 people convicted of sex offenses. The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, has reiterated his confidence in the minister. Minister Giles says he will be issuing a new, revised ministerial direction and has since questioned the visa decision made when Peter Dutton was in government. Quote, and I'm sure the leader of the opposition, when he was leading to the examples that the Prime Minister put to him, was reflecting on how previous ministerial directions under him might have been improved too. These are changes that will improve decision-making. Now, on the specific question, I can say that I have already briefed senior officials of my department so that these changes can be approved expeditiously. Quote. A new report from the New South Wales Birth Trauma Inquiry has been released, making 43 recommendations to the state government. New South Wales is the first state in the world to hold a birth trauma inquiry made up of submissions from 4,000 people, including patients, doctors, midwives, and experts across Australia. Among the recommendations include implementing trauma-informed care, reviewing laws around informed consent, and improving mental health support and postpartum services. Dr. Hazel Cato is the lead researcher of the Birth Experience, a 2021 study and the largest ever conducted into birth trauma in Australia. She says, women want culturally sensitive, trauma-informed continuity of care led by a midwife. Quote, I strongly recommend that the New South Wales government appoints a chief midwife and expands access to midwifery group practice and privately practicing midwives. I hope that the New South Wales government acts on these recommendations as they will result in less women experiencing birth trauma and obstetric violence. Quote, a volcano in southwestern Iceland has sent glowing hot lava shooting 50 meters into the air, its fifth eruption since December. Shortly after an 8-week-long eruption on the same peninsula came to an end. Authorities had warned of the risk of renewed volcanic activity in the area just south of the capital, Reykjavik, as studies showed magma accumulated underground. Flights continued as usual at the capital's Keflavik Airport, according to the airport's website, and the fiery spectacle underlines the challenges faced by the island nation of almost 400,000 people, as scientists have warned that the repeated eruptions are possible in Reykjavik for decades or even centuries. Let's check out what's happened in the AFL now. And Blues coach Michael Voss says recruit Orazia Fantasia's impact at Carlton is being undersold, and he prepares to play his former club Port Adelaide for the first time. The interim head Fantasia manages 19 AFL games in 3 seasons at Port, a stint which followed 18 matches in 7 years at Essendon. Despite Fantasia's extensive list of soft tissue leg injuries at his initial 2 clubs, well, through the goal sneak a lifeline when he was delisted by the Power at the end of last season. And here is all from SBS News and also for this practice.